everyone. It's that time of year again in New England. That's right, it's the fall. We call it autumn. You can smell the crisp air, feel the whispering wind, and hear the leaves rattling on the trees. You can see the summer green leaves gradually changing into vibrant reds, oranges, and yellows. It is a great time to practice drawing leaves and experimenting with color techniques. For this lesson, you will be learning about lines, shapes, value, 3 elements of art. The materials you will need for this lesson are an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, a pencil, and an eraser. Also, look up leaves in the Google search. There is some references also in Google Classroom of leaves. Ready? Here we go. Keep in mind, there are many different people with many levels of drawing skill. You could choose to draw simple shapes of leaves or more complex. We're going to start with the simple aspects of leaves. First, we're going to start with a circle and a triangle. Overlap the triangle on the circle, and it's going at an angle. Then you can erase the middle. It's a good idea to draw lightly so that you can erase and it doesn't leave a mark on your paper. Now you're going to connect the circle to the triangle and erase the inside. It's a teardrop shape. Now you can draw a center line in the leaf, from the bottom to the top. To add lines, or we call them the veins of the leaves, you're going to draw diagonal lines from each side of the leaf, going to the outside edge. They can curve slightly. You want to make sure the distance between them is equal. You can estimate again. Now, can anyone guess what a mathematical term for this would be if each side is equal and looks the same? That's right, it's symmetrical. It's the same on one side as it is on the other. Now, to get even more complex with this leaf, you can add edges by going up and down with curved line, like a zigzag. Here we go. Start at the top. Down, follow the line, up. Down, up. Down, up. Down, up. Down. Down, up. Down, up. Down, up. Down, up, down, up. Then you can go back in and erase the lines in between. Now it looks like I forgot one at the top, so I'm going to add one for the top. And at the very top, I'm just going to make it a triangle shape. So you can erase any extra lines that don't seem to belong there. Okay, next, we're doing a different type of leaf. We're going to do the teardrop shape. We're going to do 2 more of those on each side, going at an angle, so it's like a diagonal. Start in the center. You can sketch it lightly, and then do the one on the other side. Try to make this shape in here look even, which means it's the same curve on each side. So I did sketch it here, so then you could choose the line that you like the most. I'm going around the outside, and I'm going to erase the inside lines. Now I can determine whether I want to erase these or not. I think for the line's sake, I'm going to erase them so I can put in a different type of line for the veins of the leaf. So for the veins, I would start with the center. You can make it a wavy line or a straight line. Then do one in the center of each of the side pieces. Now, you're going to make lines that branch off like veins. And they get smaller as they go up on each side. It's a good idea to make them uneven because this is an organic object, which means it's from nature. Not everyone is the same. This is also an organic shape. A leaf is an organic shape. You can decide where you want the veins to go. They can go all the way up. They could just go out slightly or a little bit. That's up to you. They look like branches in a tree. So it's interesting that they come from a tree. Okay, next we're going to do a different type of leaf. This one's a little more complex if you have a little room. So what we're doing now, boys and girls, is we're practicing. This is practicing so that you can get the feel for drawing the leaf for your final draft. So this is an oval shape, and it's got 2 points on the end. It looks kind of like an eye. I'm going to draw a center line in the middle. And then I'm going to draw long ovals that come from each side and go out diagonally, similar to the top shape. So at the bottom, go from the center out and try to make them the same, but if you're a little off, that's fine, not a problem. Let's do one on this side. I'm going to make a total of 3 ovals on each side. And one at the top. Again, you're drawing lightly so that you can erase these lines, because we're going to go around those lines, those shapes, to make the leaf shape. So I have here a reference of what it should look like, or similar to what it should look like. I'm going to start at the bottom and make a wavy line. And then I'm going to go in, and then I'm going to come back out for the next part. And then I'm going to follow this oval. I'm going to go around this oval. I'm going to make a little extra curve here, just to make it look fun. Now we're going to do the other side. Very similar. Go in, curve in, go up, curve around. It's a good idea to look on the other side to see if it's somewhat similar. I'm going to go in again. I'm going to come up, Then I'm going to go right around the top. So once you've done that, watch this. Erase all your lines in the middle. So all you have is the outline that you just drew around your oval. Okay. Does anybody know what type of leaf this is? It's very common in New England. This is an oak leaf, and there's my center line. So for this one again, draw center lines that maybe go all the way out to the tip of each section of the leaf. Notice they're curves, they're not straight, they're curves. A lot of shapes and lines in nature are very curvy and zigzaggy. Now I'm going to go off of those main lines to branch out to make the veins of the leaf. Again, this is an organic shape, so it's from nature. They're not measured shapes. And you can do as many lines as you want. Use your imagination, as long as they get smaller as you go out to the edges. You're going from the inside out to the edges. I'm going to add a few more in here. Okay, so now that you have had your practice drawing the leaves, you're going to continue with the arrangement. So you're going to take your practice leaves and make a nice arrangement on your paper so that it looks similar to this. I used overlapping. I overlapped one on top of another. I used cropping, which means it's going off the paper. And I varied them in size. Some medium, some small, and one large. Try to draw at least 3 or more leaves and take up the entire space of the paper. Choose any leaves you like. Stay tuned for part 2, where we add the color using color pencil value. Enjoy, experiment, create, and have fun.